Hello guys, welcome to calculus class. And this time I'm gonna go over 2025 calculator active portion. So these questions are relatively easy as long as you don't make any mistakes. So let's see if you can do this one, all right? So here it says invested species of plant appears in a fruit group at time t equals 0 and begins to spread. The function c, defined by c of t equals 7.6 arctangent of like whatever, models the number of the acres in the fruit groups affected by the species t weeks after the species appears. It can be shown that c prime of t is equal to that. So looks like this one is not a rate. This is the, what's it called? Just number of the species grown, and that's the rate. Question says find the average number. So you want to find average number of the acres by the invested species from the time t equals 0 to time t4. Show the setup for your calculation. So this one is like really easy concept. If you want to do it, so this one normally when the normally when you say average number, you can either use average rate of change is the y2 minus y1 or x2 minus x1, but this one is an average number, which means you have to use average value theorem. So it's gonna be 1 over b minus a and b f of x dx. So that's the formula, right? So let's do this. So this one is a 0 to 4. So it's going to be 0 to 4, 1 over 4 minus 0. It's a c of t, which means 7.6 arctangent, 0.2 t dt. So that's it. That's the only thing that you really need to plug this one into the calculator. So for our own good, I'm gonna set this one as I'm gonna set f of x equals 7.6 arctangent 0.2 x. All right. So only thing that I have to do is function antiderivative 0 to 4 f of x dx. So it's same thing as 1 over 4 minus 0 is the 4, 11.112896, because this is what it is. So this is equal to, which only thing that I really have to do is I gotta put 1 over 4 here, 2.778. That's it. You don't have to worry about the unit when you do the antiderivative for this case. So we're good. So let's do B. It says find the time t when the instantaneous rate of change of c equals average rate of, oh well. So keep that in mind. This one is an instantaneous rate of change, which is the first term, and that average rate of change, which is literally slow. So let's do this one. It's same thing as a c prime of t is equal to average rate of change, y2 minus y1. So f of, no, not f. C of 4 minus c of 0 over 4 minus 0. That's what you're trying to find. So keep that in mind. You're not using this number because this one is not average rate of change. This one is the average value. This is average rate of change. It's an instantaneous rate of change. This one is the average rate of change. This is average value. That's different. So C of t, we already know this. It's this. You can write this, or because we have a decimals, we can do pretty quickly. So here. I can just write this. F prime of x, because I don't even have to type that one because I already know it should be equal to average rate of change. So I'm gonna write down f of 4. That's why I put f of x right here. Minus f of 0 over 4 minus 0. By the way, let me turn this one off. You're not taking this one off. You're just turn off the red one, but you're not like deleting it, because once you delete, you're gonna be good. So your answer is gonna be one of these two. Obviously, out of these two, you are gonna use the positive number. And I told you, if you cannot use equal, you're gonna use minus, and then just make sure to use parentheses, although you don't really need it because it's only one term. So answer is gonna be this, which is 2.15. So actually, yeah, but for, yeah, so t, your answer is gonna be t equals 1 point, no, what do I mean 1? 2.154, but for your work, I will probably write this one down on the paper just in case. Like equals, yeah, I will probably write it. And I will probably find these numbers as well, like 1.282, okay? Because that's the average rate of change. Yeah, so, because it's gotta be like, pretty sure you have, I'm not sure if you have to write it down here, but yeah, this is gonna be 1 point, finding what it is, yeah. Anyways, that's it, and then let's do C. Like showing work sometimes takes time. Assume the invested species continues according to a given model, like fitness limited access. Also, you want to find the limit value for this one. Yep, so it's really not that difficult. So only thing that you have to do is a limit as x approaching to infinity, because if it continues to grow, what would be you want to find the end behavior of the rate of change. So you want to find C of t, right? So the only thing that you have to do is you just look at the things. So here, I just want to find f prime of x, and I just want to see what's gonna go if it keeps going to infinity. So if it keeps going to infinity, is it gonna ever touch 0? No, it doesn't, right? It's a 0.000116. So it's gonna go get really close to 0, but it's not gonna go below 0. Yeah, because as you can see, as it keep moving to the right, it's gonna go closer to 0. So that's why it's equal to 0. That's it. It's a yeah, so it's a 2-point question. 1 point for this, 1 point for this. Now let's go over D. At time equals 4 after the inversive. Okay, where is a function f defined by this? Models of number affected by this one. At what time t of 30 does it attain? Okay, so that's a new one. So let me write it down. A of t equals C of t minus antiderivative t for 0.1 natural log of x dx. It's a new one, so I might have to set up new thing. Actually not. So when you take a derivative, it says it's going to be the same thing as C prime of t minus derivative and antiderivative undo each other. So this one will just become 0.1 times natural log of t. Okay, just make sure you put parentheses. Times derivative of t, which is 1, but we don't really care about that. So only thing that we gotta do is we gotta just put this one to calculator, and you wanna know when you're gonna have a maximum value. Maximum value happens when f prime goes positive to negative, is max, right? So I cannot really say f prime, so in this case I gotta put a prime of t. So let's look at it. I gotta put this one into decimals, like this portion. So f prime of that minus 0.1 natural log of x. So we got this graph here. When does it go positive to negative? Right here. Do you see this graph goes to positive, negative at this time? So at t equals 11.4417 or 442, this one goes to positive to negative. So I gotta write the number of acres acres affected, right? The number, yeah. Always copy this one down. Affected by the species over time becomes max at t equals 11.4417 because you don't have to write like this long. A prime of t goes positive to negative. That's it. So that easy. Number one is done. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be easy, like 9 point. Even if it's not easy, I'm pretty sure you will be able to do the first two. Maybe the third one can as well, like, because only thing that you have to do is like this. But I'm pretty sure it's not that difficult. Number two is even easier, if you can see. All right, let's do this. It says the shaded region R is bounded by this guard graph f of x equals this, and then g of x equals this, as shown in the figure. Find the area of R shown in the picture. Also, we want to find area, always keep it in mind. Area under the curve is always top minus bottom. Our intersection is going to be from 0 to 3, looks like it. So A is going to be always from 0 to 3. Top is going to be, looks like g of x minus f of x dx. That's it. If you write like this, I'm pretty sure this one itself will just give you the answer. You don't necessarily have to write down the equation, but if you insist, you can write down like this, g of x, so it's gonna be x plus sine of pi x minus, if you write x squared minus 2x dx like this, do you see this? You're wrong. Because this, do you see this negative? That should actually affect both of them. But if you write like this will only affect this, not this. So that's wrong. So what you have to do is you gotta put parentheses. Then you're gonna be correct. All right, let's put this one into decimals here. Now here, after you're done with which question, you make sure you clean up everything. Otherwise, things are gonna be uglier. So let me put first, f of x should be equal to x squared minus 2x. Just don't mess up with your sign. G of x is equal to x plus sine of pi x. All right, so let me look at the question. Okay, so this one looks somewhat similar here. So we got this. So only thing that we have to do is go antiderivative of from 0 to 3. So keep that in mind. If you write f of x, no, actually it's f of g of x. G of x minus f of x and put dx. If you don't get anything, that, do you see this one's a two term? So you must put parentheses. That's the reason. So make sure you put parentheses like that and you are gonna get the answer. That should be equal to 5.1366 or 5.137, whichever you want. That easy. So let's do number two. Number two says region R is the base of the solid. Cross section perpendicular to the x-axis rectangle. Okay, so it's gonna be rectangle. So B. Now you're gonna be rectangle with the height x. Height is x. Base is what we have here, which is g minus f. Find the volume of the solid. Show the setup of your. Okay, so, I mean, this one is just like 0 to 3. Our area of the rectangle is base times height. That's a base, that's a height, right? So I'm going to put x times g of x minus f of x. I mean, that's it. Yeah, that's what you need to put in your calculator. And I mean, only thing that you really have to do is right here, you are gonna just put x. That's it. Because x times this. So it's gonna be 7.7049 or 705. So that's 2 point question. That's a no-brainer 2 points that you're gonna get. All right, so let's just see. That's so easy. Right, but do not, okay, I love that kind of question. Right, but do not evaluate. You're gonna rotate it, volume of the when the region is rotated, which is pi r squared. When y equals negative. Oh, so even better. Do you see y equals -2? This one is in the bottom here. And then, I mean, y equals negative. Yep, here. And then you're gonna rotate it. That's why it's pi r squared. Keep that in mind. When you rotate it here, yeah, this is gonna be outside. This is gonna be inside. Which means whenever you have like some, if this line is like below this one, it's gonna be always that minus this, and then this minus this. That's that. So it's gonna be kind of opposite of what you have in the 2024 version. Just compare it later when you have time, okay? So antiderivative of 0 to 3. So again, 2024 we did this minus this, but because that one was on the top, right? But now this one is in the bottom, so it's gonna be different. So our air radius is gonna be first. We use g first because g is top, right? So g of x minus that number, which is -2, which will become positive, squared, minus, same thing, f of x minus -2 squared. So that's the radius among the pi r squared. We just have to add pi. That's it. Well, the question said do not evaluate, so that's it. So that's a 3-point questions. Where 3? I don't know. 1 point this, 1 point this, but whole thing for 1, I don't know. It's a 3-point question, so whatever. Now D. It says it can be shown that G prime is gonna be this. Find the value of x from here to which the line tangent to the you want to where f is parallel to the graph of G. So they give us this one for no reason because I don't even need it because on parallel means, do you see it says parallel? It means same slope. So you want to know when f prime is equal to g prime. So you'll just have to find parallel means f prime of x equals g prime of x. You just want to know when. I mean, I don't even know if that is like. Let's see if this one works. If I can just put f. If it doesn't work, I know another way. F of x equals g prime of x. So let me turn it off. Okay, so we got this. We are, okay, at these 3 points, they are equal to each other. Let me put minus. All right, so this 3. Let me check the domain. What was the domain? From 0 to 1. So that's over 1, so it's gonna be, yeah. So it's gonna be x equals 0.6758. I mean, third decimal, so I'm gonna put 6 or 5, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's it. Because of the domain. If domain says something else, then you have to choose one of these two. So always double check your domain. All right, so that's it. I'm pretty sure it was really easy. I believe you guys can do even better than me. So I always believe in you guys and believe in yourself, guys. All right. So that's it, guys. I love you guys. Bye.